In this video, I shall be explaining how you can solve a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. So we're given an equation here, 2x squared plus 5x equals to 9. We're going to solve for x using the quadratic formula. So let's start. In step 1, in the first step, ensure that you write your quadratic equation in standard form. We have 2x squared plus 5x equals to 9. This is not in standard form. The standard form is 2x squared plus 5x minus 9 equals to 0. Please note that every quadratic equation can be represented by ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So in this case, our a is 2, our b is 5, and our c is minus 9. What I have here, this part, is the general form of any quadratic equation. So make sure that whatever question that you're given is written in this form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. That's what you do in step 1, writing in standard form. In step 2, let's identify our a, our b, and our c. So let's move on to step number 2. Step 2. Once we have written in standard form, we can easily see who is our a, who is our b, who is our c. So in this case, we can see that our a is equals to 2, our b is equals to 5, and our c is equals to minus 9. That's all we're doing in step number 2, identifying our a, b, and c. Then in step number 3, okay, let me clear my part and start again. In step 3, write your formula, which is the quadratic formula. It's usually given in formula sheets, or if you're not given, just try to memorize it and have it. The quadratic formula says x is equals to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So step number 3 is simply writing your quadratic formula. And now you go to step number 4. Once you have your quadratic formula, you can move on to step number 4, which is substitution. So in step 4, let's substitute. We have x equals 2. Our b is 5, so we got minus 5 plus or minus the root of b squared, which is 5 squared minus 4 by a, which is 2, by c, which is minus 9. All of this over 2 by a, which is 2. That's all you do in step number 4, substitution. Guys, once you have done your substitution, the following step, I simply need answers. So step number 5, we simply writing our answers. So step 5, we are writing our answers. And what I mean by this is that you simply go to your calculator, punch exactly what you wrote there in step number 4, and punch your equal sign. First time, use the plus here. Then you evaluate the answer. Then the second time, you use a minus, you evaluate the answer. The calculator gives you what you gave it. So make sure that before you press your equal sign, you check if you have correctly punched all the values. So we have minus 5 plus, I'm going to use the positive sign the first time, 5 squared minus 4, 2 by minus 9. All of this is being divided by 2 by 2. I go back to my calculator, I check clearly if I have punch the correct values. If I'm satisfied, I press equal sign. My answer to 3 decimal places is 1.212. This is the first answer using plus. Then I go back to my calculator, I just remove the plus and I replace it with minus. Press equal sign, I get my second answer, which is minus 3.712. That's it. I have solved this quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. So step number 1, write your quadratic equation in standard form. Step number 2, identify your A, your B, and your C. Step number 3, write your formula. Step number 4, substitute your A, your B, and your C into the formula. Step number 5, punch your calculator, use plus first time, and then use minus so that you have 2 different answers. Depending on what you've been asked to do, if they say to 2 decimal places, do so. If they say to 3 decimal places, use 3 decimal places. In this case, I expressed my answers in 3 decimal places. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, just type them in the comments below. I'll respond. Thank you.